we're just getting started here. Let me go live on TikTok. Oh, wait a second. Gonna give it a little bit. Oh, okay. There we go. Remove this. This is like really in my face. I don't really like it right there. Can y'all even see me okay? Let me move this more towards the middle. YouTube always gets to see the corny setup, but that's okay. Let's see. Do 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 do. All right, let me go live on the Tiki Talkies. On the Tiki Talkies. Okay. Okay. All right. What's up? What's up? Just waiting to get started here. Just gonna give it a second. Hmm. What's up? Hello. Just getting started. We'll be ready in a few moments. Okay. Oh, I'm super tired. Ooh, hello, hello, hello. Just getting started here. What's up? Let me put the volume up while we're waiting. Volume up on the music. Nice, huh? Cool, we got IAMV. Alright, alright. Let me put the volume down. And let's get her in here. Let's get her in here. Alright, let's see. Bam. Uh, yeah.
Yo, yo.
What's up? What's up?
Do you hear an echo?
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Um, I can, but kind of far
Okay, cool.
away.
We'll take your.
Wait, hold on. I think it's me. Give me a second. Can you hear the music? Vicky, can you hear the music?
Yep, I hear it. Can you hear
Mm.
me?
This is weird.
Can you hear me?
I can't hear you. I'm gonna do something over here.
I got the headphones in and everything. Can you hear me?
Okay, bad. Ah, geez, there's just so many output devices. Like you have your computer output device, then you have the OBS output device, and then you have the TikTok output device, and I don't know what the hell is going on. Hey, Crystal
Can you?
Brown, thanks for the love. Hmm.
Hey, hey, hey.
hmm but I can hear you
Oh,
well. I can hear you well now,
you
so
can
we
hear me?
good.
Okay, good. Because I was
Yeah.
about to give up.
So early? This yo,
Nah,
it's
nah,
mad
nah. I mean,
stressful. Like
with these headphones, because I got like three headphones.
nice.
But the thing is, I use this one because I accidentally washed them in the washing machine, and it's
Ah,
like,
that
oh,
sucks.
these are over with.
They're screwed now.
You love whose eyes? Oh, I think Crystal loves your eyes, bro.
I, oh, that's nice. Well, you know what? I feel like it might be yours because you got the pretty makeup on. Let me
I
see.
don't have no
Both.
makeup.
Now, Crystal's saying both just so one of us don't feel bad. No. Thank you,
But you like
Crystal.
how I didn't assume it was me all the time.
Ah, real talk, real talk. I feel ugly as hell because you see that pimple.
Stop it.
I bet you see
Stop
that
it.
pimple.
It's gonna take more than a pimple to
Ah,
make us look unattractive, okay?
I'm just like, what an unfavorable spot for a pimple. Like, Jesus.
Yeah, it's like, did you kiss some nasty
I
person?
kiss my dog. I mean,
Oh, well,
I mean, like,
well, there you go.
like I regularly kiss my dog, but like, I thought about it the other day when I was gonna give him a kiss. I was like, oh shit. Oh no. Is that what's happening here? So now no more kisses for Eli.
Oh, damn.
But
Sorry,
also,
I was just looking at Crystal's picture.
oh, thanks to Don Quavius for the follow. Now, how am I supposed to? You can hear the music, right? I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you when you answered before.
Oh yeah, I can hear it. I can hear it.
Bet. All right, so what are we finna talk about today? I had healthcare on the mind, but whatever
All
you
right,
got,
no,
let's go.
let's start with that and kind of get the ball rolling.
Whew. Well, all I know is that healthcare in general is garbage. I was watching
Hmm.
the new South
And we're
Park.
about to lose that. The little bit of good we have.
Yo, the South Park has a new like episode, like it's like a 1 hour episode, and it's about healthcare. It's about Cartman trying to get Ozempic, okay? And they make a lot
I'm
of.
frozen. Can you hear me?
Are you
I'm frozen.
frozen? You're not frozen
Yeah,
for
like,
me. Let me
oh,
see.
okay. So then I don't care then.
That's weird.
If y'all could see me still moving, but I see like
But
me
you are
frozen
frozen yourself.
in the little
um,
box.
and now I don't see
Okay.
you anymore. Maybe it was
Okay.
like delayed.
Hold up. Let me go ahead and there we go. That's
I'm trying.
better.
And I'm also trying to figure out that like screen thing because I want to make your little screen bigger. Like we can't do half and half. What? I don't
You
know.
would think. Well, fuck no, because that's another whole nother social media.
Hmm.
I don't think everybody goes on there.
What?
It's called tagged. You remember that back in the day?
Oh wow.
It used to be the wannabe MySpace.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
haven't heard of tag in a long time.
It's still around. People still use it. A lot of catfish on there though.
Oh, I bet. I am certain.
I mean, or at least out here is like a lot of fake shit on there. But Atlanta, it
Mhm.
was popping. It was popping. I found a lot of people.
I noticed that about Atlanta, like they seem to use those apps or whatever that like people gotta like Downlink seems to be an Atlanta thing. I don't know if you ever heard of Downlink. It was just
Not
more
heard of it.
popular in Atlanta. I don't know if it was just for like lesbians or whatever. This was before I transitioned, but there's just a lot of black
Yeah,
people on there. Mm,
I'm scared to go into lesbian spaces like most of the time
right?
because although like studs find me attractive and some femmes, I mean I'm still trans. I'm
Yeah.
still, and most of them can't get over the fact that I have that and
Yeah.
even though I'm like totally into receiving, it's
Mhm.
like just because I have it doesn't mean I gotta use it on you. But whatever.
That goes the same way with being a trans man because
Yeah,
they
yeah.
expect that you're gonna be receiving, and it's like, I might be
Mm,
doing some of the. Yeah, let's think about this for a second.
yeah,
But
exactly.
yeah, so going into those spaces is like, I think especially as a trans woman, I know that I've heard a lot of, how can you say, I don't know, like bad let me just say bad opinions and just lesbians kind of saying bad things about trans women.
Right.
And I see that far
Turfs.
more. There, yeah, there we go. Thank you.
The
Um,
turfs.
I just see that far more than like gay men saying anything about trans men. And,
You know.
social dynamics, I get, like, I don't know. People think really hard about things.
I
And,
mean, because it's like it's a complicated subject because it's like it comes from a place of hatred, but at the same time fear.
mm-hmm,
But it's like because like, do we want to really play this? It's kind of like, do we want to really play this game? Because like, if we thought the same way you did, then you know everybody would be ducking for cover every time a white guy walked into a building,
true, true talk.
and or every black man would be terrified to speak to a white woman ever again because they don't want to get falsely accused of SA. Like we could
100%.
always play this game if you try to weaponize your trauma against people.
Exactly. Wow, that's real. Like everybody can do that, but
Yeah,
it doesn't make sense across the board.
yeah,
So, I think it's a lot easier to do to trans people because, like, I mean, hey, we seem to be the most hated in society, but obviously that's partially because we are the smallest. We are like,
yeah.
when you say
And we don't have as
1%
much
of the world.
money as the G's and the L's and the B's,
Exactly. So, as
and even some of
we
the Q's.
definitely not, definitely not. And we know that like hate sells, anger sells. That was a big thing. Yo, there was even this thing
Hmm.
on the Daily Show where they just did a whole compilation of how like we are being used. People are inciting us to anger so that they
Hmm.
can make money, get
Rage
clicks,
baiting,
get this.
basically.
Yeah, rage baiting. Um, and since, the trans topic is clearly on a lot of people's minds, that's the
Hmm.
easiest thing to use to rage bait.
Yeah,
Like
we could be
100%.
like we could like not be doing anything. Like I saw
Mhm.
this completely random video, and it was about these kids in China learning basic adult skills at school, right?
Mhm.
And then out of nowhere, it had nothing to do with the video. He brought up trans people. It's like, meanwhile in America, people can't figure out if they're boy or girl. It's
Yo.
like what the fuck? Like, what does that have to do with the video?
Ah, it's so weird. It's like I'm sorry, just people being so stuck on it just makes me think of shit like Pluto. Like at the end of the day, when Pluto wasn't a planet, how come people weren't out here being like, you know what? People don't really know what a planet is. So what are we gonna have more planets now? Huh? We're gonna have less planets? Huh? You don't really know if you like, like what the hell? I don't understand. When we have learned something new about science, about like biology, I don't understand why people want to pretend like they are scientists and doctors and biologists
Yeah.
all of a sudden.
An interesting thing I would think of.
Mm.
Me and Chris were talking earlier, and we
Oh,
were
really?
yeah we
Yes.
were talking about just a mild philosophical conversation about
Mm-hmm.
how like if aliens were to come here, how embarrassed we'd be because of all the
So
bigotry
embarrassed.
and, and
So
stuff.
embarrassed.
I compared it to someone coming over to your house unannounced, and your house is still dirty, and you're all embarrassed. It's like, sorry about the mess, like, and like,
Mm-hmm. You gotta rush and clean that shit up, and it's like,
yeah, but it's
nah,
like
it's
some
embarrassing.
people some people reject even truthful information because they want to feel safe.
Yeah, that's what I had to learn too. Like, it's more reflection of them than of you.
Exactly.
Mm-mm-mm. Let me see. Somebody said something very interesting. I took
Hey,
my
we done?
blind and deaf cousin out for a run,
Yeah,
and I let.
I knew that was a troll comment as soon as I read it.
I'm like, okay, sounds interesting. Anyway,
Yeah.
I'm just sick of the whole healthcare thing because, yo, I want to show you that South Park clip so bad. It's like, There's a song they made
I
up.
could. I got a laptop right in front of me. What's the name of the
I
episode?
hope they put it up. Put up South Park navigating the healthcare system because this is just for everyone. This doesn't even talk about being trans.
Someone was calling me. I couldn't hear you.
Oh yeah, look up navigating the healthcare system South Park. I don't know. This was is brand new.
Okay.
So let me see. Can T-Men
Navigating
come save the bottoms? Please, we out here struggling with these.
the
Ah, yes, yes, we can save all the bottoms. All the bottoms.
healthcare system.
Because
Speaking of bottoms, no. Let me
lost.
stop.
You hold that thought. No.
Okay, I will hold that thought
Please.
though.
But
Easy.
I I think that T-Men can save all the bottoms because we have endurance. We don't. Okay, good night. We don't. We could keep going.
Navigating the American healthcare system posted 2 days ago. I'm looking at it right
Did
now.
you see if it's the music video? This is
The
the
end of
funniest.
obesity.
Yes,
Okay, okay. I'll put it on mute and watch it.
it's just a clip, right? All right, bet. So what Vicky's watching now? I hope I hope she can't hear me while I'm. You can still hear me, damn. Well, I'm gonna talk to y'all. But yeah, what Vicky's watching right now is this episode from South Park that I just watched about navigating the American healthcare system, about navigating obesity. Cartman's trying to get Ozempic, right? And they make a case for Cartman needing Ozempic because he's been overweight forever. He's an overweight kid, and being that overweight just consistently is bad for your health. But Ozempic was given to the people with the money for it who aren't overweight, who aren't obese, right? So they show Cartman navigating the healthcare system and how awful it is. The American healthcare system and how awful it is. First, you have to go to the insurance and you make sure that you get the prior authorization, give it back to the doctor, and then the doctor gives you their opinion. But then you go to the insurance, and the insurance says we need a new opinion from a different doctor. And you go back and you try to like, listen, it's out of control. And if I could find a way to play this clip, I will because I don't think South Park will have any problem with me playing this clip because now imagine navigating the American healthcare system and on top of that being transgender. It is nearly impossible. So when people are out here trying to take healthcare away from transgender people, do they even realize how difficult it is for us to get it in the first place? Like, bro, chill. We can't even get healthcare for the most part. Like when we try to get something done, there are so many lines. There are so many like blocks, to getting what you need done. Where it's like, wow, people are just out here making it harder for us for no reason. Let's see. Oh, thank you, Rocky. Thank you for the share. Happy Dog says, let's tussle. Let's tussle, Happy Dog. I don't know. It might end a little, you know, might end a little raunchy if we tussle. Let's see. That yellow looks good. Did I say thank you? Thank you. Thank you very much. Ah, Bibarian. How you pronounce that? Bibarian. Bibarian. It's good to see you. They think it's as simple as cis men being prescribed T therapy. Yo, cis men can get testosterone way easier than trans men. It's so crazy. It's so crazy. Like I realized that, um, like barbarian, but by barbarian. I hope I'm saying that correctly. We kind of foreigners. Me and Vicky kind of foreigners. We're Haitian, but like we were born in America. But even so, we were very isolated growing up. That's what Haitian people do to you. You know, at least that's what our family did. It's like, oh, those people are Americans. You are Haitian. You are not like them. They separate us, right? Some people say they still can hear some sort of accent, which is weird. Maybe with certain words. That outfit looks damn good. Ooh, are you talking to me? This is barely an outfit. This is a. I don't know. Thank you so much. I do like this yellow. I do like yellow and green a lot more now. Oh my God, Vicky's still watching the South Park. I'm telling you, y'all, please watch it. Oh, Vicky, you watched it?
I like how I like how they added the thing from fucking that one Matthew McConaughey movie in there.
Yes.
That's fucking crazy.
Laws. But did you
Oh
get
my
to
god.
see the little music video they did about
Yes.
navigating? Yes.
We're navigating.
We're navigating.
Hell yes, sis. They're
Yo.
still using the rotary phone
Mm-hmm.
and fax machine from like the fucking 1990s.
Yo, honestly, I'm so glad they made that episode. But I don't know if it played on like regular TV. I had to find it on streaming and whatever. I want more people to see it because it's so real. It is
Mm-hmm.
so real. Like, why is it just here in America that it's like that?
Mm-mm. Well, it's because
I mean,
I
because it's
mean
for
the
profit,
reason
number one.
I think yeah because it's like I mean I'm an Afro pessimist, so I really think the reason is because if it was better, then that would mean black people would get it, and they don't want black people to get it.
Mm, now,
They want us to die out here, and if white people are affected by it, they're basically casualty. That's like, oh, we didn't mean for it to affect you, but the ends justify the means type of dealing. Like that.
yeah, I feel that perspective because like racism is like so often a factor. But somebody really screwed with my head the other day and was like, if you think somebody is being racist, and he's mixed, he's a adopted mixed kid. Um, when I say kid, he's 21. But he was like, oh, when he was like, oh, if you think somebody's racist, like without having any actual like proof, then you're racist. And I was like, okay, let me not let me not jump. What are you saying here? And he was like,
That's his
well,
white side talking.
that's what I
I'll
that's
let you know.
that's that's what I felt. And I was like, hold on, let me hear him out, cause I want to hear everybody out in order to at least make a good argument against them, right? So he was like, well, if they didn't say anything to you, you're just getting the feeling because of how they're acting ignorant. Let's say they're not giving you a job even though you're qualified, or they're giving you a look, or blah 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 blah. And the first thing you jump in your head is to think that they're racist. That's you are racist because you are thinking about race when they are ignorant. It doesn't matter if you are black, Spanish, if you are fat, so they're gonna find something. Something. No matter what. And the easiest thing is your color. That's the easiest thing they could see. But if you were not black, what would they say? They would be like, "Oh, your class, the clothes you're wearing, if you are underweight, overweight, if you have tattoos, anything." So I get that. The easiest thing to do is to say black, but I now realize that even if there were no black and white, they would find something else. 100% they would find something else,
Yeah,
right?
this is true.
So
That's actually yeah, that's actually a good point. Very good point actually.
that's why I was like, huh, I'm gonna start thinking about this a little differently because racism exists and it's valid. But I know even if it didn't, if we were all the same race, they would start talking about your eye shape. They would start talking about your hair. They
Eye
would
color.
anything exact. Oh, eye color would be the next thing after skin
Mhm.
color.
Mhm.
So now I'm thinking about money because when I see these white people being treated just as bad as black people, I'm like, yo, y'all people don't care about you. I'm like,
Mhm.
I'm like, wow, y'all they don't care about you.
I mean, do you? I mean, I mean, I might be going into like conspiracy theory territory, but do you really know why they're even building a cop city? What, you think it's just to police black people? Nope. It's because the only line of defense they had were bigoted white people, and now
Oh
they're
my
getting
god.
fucked over to the point where it's like, wait a minute, and now they're like, oh, we're about to lose control of everybody. Cop city time. Like
Oh my
martial law
god.
is about to be implemented.
It's like I forgot about that. That they're dealing with this whole cop city thing in Atlanta,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Atlanta's just the beginning. It's gonna spread.
I feel like
It's gonna
Chicago
spread.
would be next.
Yeah,
I need to take
it's
a
just
look at this.
mark my words. In this life,
Yeah.
you heard it here first, people. Be rich.
Oh, okay. Okay, listen. No, I'm sorry. Listen. Listen. If you could leave and go to any country that would be like accepting of you, where do you think you'd go?
Amsterdam.
Ooh.
I mean, it has its problems and it is it can be racist, but they speak English there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Have you seen any
because
trans people?
yeah, there's a trans girl. I mean, it's not a huge.
There's a trans girl. There's one. No.
Yeah, yeah, it's not a huge thing, but I'm pretty sure I'd probably be the only trans person of color there, or at least open. I don't know.
Well, okay. Here's what I heard about Japan. Like, let's cut the trans out of it real fast
Hmm.
because the being black is very important. Because for us, like, we're
There's a
passable.
lot of black people in Amsterdam. That's why I picked it.
Ah, okay, bet.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking about Asian country, Japan. Yes, Japan, because for some reason it's really cool to be black in Japan. Did you hear about
Yeah,
this?
now,
Yeah, that's what
ever
that's what
since,
I was wondering.
ever since, if it was before 2015, I would say nah, let's not go. But
Exactly.
after 2015, because Miss Japan was black in 2015, it became
Ah,
cool to be black in Japan now, and it kind of propelled their like race relations a little bit forward. They're like way ahead of Korea right
that's
now
what's up.
as far as like being accepting of black people.
Yeah.
So like, yeah,
It's
yeah.
always a time
It,
thing.
yeah, it really is. It's like I was surprised they even let a non-Japanese woman. I mean, she is Japanese, but she's black too.
Mm,
I didn't think Japan out of all Asian countries would be the one to let them have a Miss Japan
yeah.
woman.
Because we know
So
there's a word for that. Like Japan is very their culture, homogenous.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like, so
yeah,
I understood in a sense their racism because they kind of didn't like anybody who wasn't Japanese, but then black people were just
yeah,
like, black people. They got the information from Western culture, right? Like
yeah,
black people, black Americans being contained in America, really the only way the world could hear about us is through the mouths of white American media,
yeah.
right?
But thanks to social media, and everyone's now seeing that oh shit,
Thank you,
we've been
TikTok.
lied to, and they're using us to promote their racism.
Yo,
Yeah, because every white supremacist wants to put it, but
but
Japan, but
Japan.
Japan, they're homogenous. Look how good their country is. No, it's not.
Yeah, yeah,
Their economy is the worst it's ever been.
yeah.
Like they're
Japan.
they're losing they're losing populations to the point where they're begging black people to come and repopulate. I don't know why they pick
Mm.
black people specifically. I'm thinking it's not real.
Laws. Yeah, it's like a scam.
That
It's a
population.
myth.
Yeah, it's like
Nah, I bet you they want us. They see us on TikTok now. They see how we made America money. America knows black people make America money.
yeah,
Okay? I just get so upset because when you actually see how much black people make, it's a lot. But we don't have the assets, the structure, the
yeah.
generational
We don't
wealth.
keep we don't keep it in the community. We always spend out
Yeah, but
stuff.
part of it's because we have to, because I mean, for example, because I don't have generational wealth, I don't have a family house that I could live in. I mean, like,
Yeah.
it's a personal shit,
Let's not talk
whatever.
about Haiti.
Yeah, yeah, but
Let's talk about Haiti. People don't
if
need to know our business.
exactly, but one day maybe, but not today. If that were the case, I wouldn't have to be paying rent $1,300 to live in a garbage ass apartment in the middle of nowhere. All right. If I had a family house that I could be in. Listen, even the fact that some people have family that they could be like, hey, come work with me. Come do this at the company and blah 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 blah. It's just connections,
Right.
right? Um, but I don't know. I
Yeah,
just
I forgot to take my hormones.
oh no. Oh, yo, how do I make your screen bigger? I'm so upset. This is so aggy.
No, no, I'm back. I'm back to normal.
No, but I want your screen to be bigger. Cause I'm like, yo, if you're gonna take your hormones, I kind of want like, I don't want to see. Are they
No, no,
pills?
no. No one has to see.
Laws. Are they pills or are they
Um. Mhm.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say fucking the shot.
But I'm drinking water. What you talking about?
Mhm.
Pills?
Mhm.
I'm drinking water.
Laws. Yeah. So damn, I have to take my hormone shot as well. But I've been okay. If anybody here is trans, do you take your hormone shot at, like on time every week? Um, I even heard that you can do it twice a week. You can take your hormone shot twice a week. And apparently, that's the best to keep it at a stable level. Like, I did a lot of research, and you'll find that the internet will tell you way more than your doctors ever will.
Mm.
I learned so much more from the internet than my doctors ever told me about being trans. I had to tell my doctors. I had to tell my doctors. Like, oh my goodness. Especially coming out here to Oklahoma. Oh, Lord of mercy. Lord of mercy. I first I told them I'm trans. I told them everything, and they were like, okay. So have you gotten a prostate exam anytime recently? And I was like,
You don't. Never, I'm not gonna finish
huh.
that sentence.
I'm like, did it register in their minds? And then what happened was I ended up getting testosterone. It said hypogonadal male, hypogonadism, whatever. Basically,
Mm.
they prescribed it to me as if I were a cis man with low testosterone,
Mm.
which is interesting because I never had a problem getting it then. And then once I went
So
to a
that means they
different,
gave you too much
no, 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 I just always
testosterone.
they gave it to me and I got it for free. My insurance completely covered it, and I told them how much I needed from my last prescription, so they just gave me as much as I asked for, and there were no problems. Then when I lost my insurance, and then I got another. Oh Oh no, hold on. Are we back?
Mm.
We disconnected for a second.
Yeah,
That was
I can.
weird.
Yeah, I can still hear you.
Okay,
Can
bet,
you
bet,
still
bet.
hear me?
Yes, I can. All right, cool. And then I lost my insurance for a bit, but then I got it back, and then I had to go to a different doctor because it was a different insurance. But when they put me down as trans this time, oh the hoops. Oh, I'm still paying for it, even though I have asked like 5 times to send this thing to prior authorization so that they can send it to the insurance and I could get it covered. Yo, they don't want to do it. Nobody cares. Zero people care. I called the pharmacy, I called the doctor, I called the pharmacy, I called the doctor, I called the pharmacy. So, yeah.
Yeah, like they always talk about like using robots to replace them. They needed to use robots to replace people in the medical field because there's way too much human error going on. Like the
That's
lack of
genius.
care, the lack of people. Yeah, instead of coming for us, let them replace the robots with them because they suck.
Yo, that's genius for real because the way that these people treat people,
Hmm.
like people in the medical field use their power over vulnerable people. I see it. Yo, even my psychologist, she switched. Once she noticed that I noticed what she was doing, trying to wield power over me, I stopped telling her things. She was like, "Oh, so, what's going on with your relationship? Are you still depressed from that?" I was like, "No, I'm fine." And she's like, oh, okay. And then once I kind of just like put up those boundaries, there were no more problems with my medication. There were no more problems with my appointments. There were no more problems with nothing. Once I made it clear, like, yeah, I'm good. I'm here for my medication, and that's all I need from you. We're not friends. I'm not telling you about my personal life because you're going to try to use it to wield some sort of control over me.
Hmm.
That's what
But
that chick.
give me an example
Okay,
specifically.
I was trying to go to plasma. Do you remember that whole thing where
Right,
like
right.
they were like, "Oh, since you're born as a female, you have to get this shit signed by your doctor." Yo, how many times did I contact this woman to send in the thing for my plasma thing? And she wouldn't respond to me. Then when she responded like a week later, she was like, "Oh, I didn't get it. You sure they sent it?" Like she was being weird. Like You didn't get it. Like I have the thing that says it was faxed over to you, and I see your number here and whatever. So I called the front desk, and they're like, "Yeah, no, we see it here. Maybe she didn't see it in her inbox." So then I said, "I feel like I'm being gaslit." That's what I said to the people up front. I said, "I'm feeling like I'm being gaslit." Oh, sorry. And I need somebody else to take care of this. Right after I said that, finally, the paper went through. She signed it, no problems. And then she wants to email me and be like, "Hey, did everything go all right with your plasma donation?" I said nothing. No response. The way she didn't respond to my emails, that's what I did to her. Then we had
Oh
an
shit.
appointment. Then we had an appointment, and then she wants to ask me. I said, "Oh yeah, that was a long time ago. It's fine. We don't need to talk about that. What are you talking about that for?" I didn't bring it up. Why are you bringing it up? But
Yeah, right.
basically, that's when all the little games stop. Little games. They're very subtle, trust me, but
Mm-hmm.
you have to look out for them. So I love that idea of having AI replace like people in the hospitals and the doctors and the receptionists.
Yeah.
Not the doctors, you know,
Yeah, no.
receptionists.
Yeah, because like, yeah, I mean like, because like when I the short little time I did work in the nursing field, I don't know if it's like this everywhere, but I know here in Pennsylvania, like the people here have like absolutely no empathy. Like they're like just straight up, like callous towards the patient. They don't. It's like they don't care about anything. Maybe it's because I'm new to the field.
Mm-mm.
Maybe they built up a tolerance. I even considered that maybe they're young because when I was in my 20s, I was kind of a fucking piece of shit anyway. So
Mm-mm. No, no. To be honest, like, yeah, okay, it's easy to think that because, yeah, we all grow and learn or whatever. But
yeah.
no, I think there are narcissistic cities and states. I think this place is one of them, and I
Hmm.
think maybe Pennsylvania might be one of them. And it's because of their particular history and how they treated their people there. There can be a whole city and state that is straight narcissistic, toxic. That's what I'm learning. Fuck that whole
Yeah.
state.
Yeah. And there's a huge like lack of diversity here. It's almost sickening. It's like day and night between like leaving
Mm-mm.
Atlanta and coming here. It was just like the things I like the things Atlanta kind of set me up for failure in a sense
I
because like
know.
I didn't even have to think about being black anymore.
I know.
Everybody
Wasn't it
else did that.
nice? It was
Yeah, it
so
was
nice.
like I just had to worry about like maybe the occasional catty bitch every now and then, like
Yeah.
with me.
Yeah,
But
right?
then I have to worry about all this other shit. Like it's just like, oh shit, fuck, I forgot. It's been a
I
while.
know.
I'm a little rusty.
I know. Like the
It's like,
the biggest thing, I'll tell you, biggest thing I had to worry about in Atlanta was car accidents.
yeah,
Car accidents.
that's it.
um,
Car accidents
and
and
gunshots. Oh my
and
God.
gunshots.
Oh
Yeah,
Lord. All right, that's maybe up there.
yeah.
So,
Here you got to worry about car accidents. You got to have to worry about gunshots. You have to worry
mm
about job discrimination. You
oof.
have to. Uh,
You know what's crazy? I'm kind of more afraid of job discrimination than gunshots now because, like, living in Atlanta, I heard shooting all the time and I never got hit. You know, I stay out of the dangerous areas. I know where to
oh
be.
yeah.
But then in a place like here where I've applied for like 200 jobs and I haven't gotten one, I'm like, huh, maybe this is worse than getting shot because
Yeah,
yo, my nigga, I'm gonna
it's
be
your
homeless.
livelihood right there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I need to go running back to Atlanta. I'm running. I'm
Yeah. Like there was some at the place I was working at, there were some people from Atlanta over there, and they were making me like mad homesick.
mm,
Yeah, I miss Atlanta.
I know.
When y'all going back, can I come with you?
For real. Laws. What is that? Are you clipping your nails or something? What is that? Do you hear that?
Oh, no, that was me. That was me. Sorry,
Oh.
I was playing. That's what happens when you don't take your ADHD meds. You
Oh,
fucking
did I
tweak.
take mine? Oh
I
shit.
I literally just took mine just now.
Yo, I always take mine, like I take the bottle out and then I'm like, all right, now I'm gonna get something to eat and then I'm gonna take it while I eat. But then when I'm done eating, I forget if I took it or not.
Mm.
Because it's just there.
I mean, as long as I took it like within an hour. But you have the good shit though.
I do.
I have the non-stimulant one because they won't let me. do that here.
Oh, yeah, they actually I tried to get off of it. You know that? And then they put me on. Oh, it was so bad. I'm sorry. They put me on something like I think it was with an L or something. I don't you know. All I know is that this was garbage. It was straight garbage. I wasn't focusing at all. I was like doing backflips with my dog, and I said I'm never gonna switch again. That was such a bad experience for me. Like I was doing so poor at work and everything. I said I'm never gonna switch again.
Okay.
So
Damn.
until this stops working for me, nah, I'm staying on it. Mm.
Yeah, right. I mean, I want it. I want them to put it on it, but they won't give it to me while I'm here. So
Oh, while you're in that like location, or while you're in the
yeah,
city?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
No, in this like program
Okay. Bet, bet,
thing.
bet.
Hmm.
All right. So then hopefully you get it when you get out. Ah, it's good stuff. I know we all have
Hmm.
ADD in this family.
Yeah, we do. As much as we don't wanna, or well, some of us don't want to admit it.
Yeah, we
Honestly,
finally
I
admitted
would.
it. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? Sorry.
I wish. No, I wish they. I mean, the only person I know in our family that actually got medicated for it was Greg. That's the
Oh
only
my
person.
goodness.
Yeah, who
That's
actually got put
funny.
on medication for it.
That's
And he
funny.
didn't. And he said he didn't like. I think it was Ritalin, but he said he didn't like it because he did. It made him depressed.
You know, that's interesting because were they more willing to see like little black boys with ADD? Like, I don't understand. Maybe he was just jumping off the walls or something because they were
Well,
definitely not prescribing black kids with ADD or diagnosing, I
mm,
should say.
I mean, it might have been just like a location thing.
Yeah,
Somebody cared enough to say
dead
something
ass. Somebody cared about
to
him.
Nen and Jojo about it, and
Yeah.
Nen and Jojo went ahead and did the work.
Wow, look at
Meanwhile,
her.
my mom, like, I just got put in special ed for it.
Oh yeah.
People just told me I was stupid. That
Yo,
I'm a bad kid. I'm lazy. I don't care.
do you
You know
know
the
what?
typical gaslighting.
Yeah, yeah. You know what Haitian people do? Like they either blame the kid or they blame the teachers. It's never the parents' fault. Never,
Hmm.
and it's never a medical issue because Haitian people, we don't have medical issues. What are you talking about? My mother used to tell me
That's
not
just
to
some white
go.
people shit.
Moon oui. My mom would tell me, don't go to the doctor and say like you have depression or you have, because she said when I was younger, she said because they're gonna write that down and it's gonna be in your file forever. She was on some conspiracy tip, like dead ass. Like if you go tell them, they're gonna every time you go for a job, they're gonna be like, oh, oh, he has depression, he has anxiety, oh, he's not good, is he? No job for you. That's how she would act when I was younger. Like I couldn't tell nobody. At school, I got straight A's, but then in conduct, what do you think I got? What do you think I got in conduct?
Unsatisfactory. Doesn't play well with
F.
others.
I got F. Doesn't play well with others. And so when my mom went to go see I mean the teacher was like, yeah, you know, he back then, you know, she, whatever, is
Mm.
great, just great academically, but conduct is just not good. And you know, is there anything going on at home? And my mom goes, listen, she doesn't need any friends or to play with anybody. She goes and does her work, gets A plus, and go home. And
Uh oh.
the teacher was like, oh well, I'm not. Let me not mess with. Let me not mess with this lady. Thank you, Alley Cat. Yeah, that's
Oh.
the thing. My mom was like I told you, she's a sociopath. So now I can see the interactions with her and all these
Right.
people in my life when I couldn't get into like one of the top performing schools, um, that would then get me into another top performing school. She went to the school and then she was like, "Look at this report card. Now you're either being racist or blah blah blah." Yo, my mom intimidated them into letting me in. So I'm like, okay, basically, as long as you're getting good grades, nobody, nobody Haitian, at least in this family, will care about you at all. You just get good grades and shut up.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, there.
Mhm.
I don't know. There was like a point in school where I just gave the fuck up. I
Yeah.
got sick and tired of trying.
Mhm.
And where I actually believed that I was stupid. Like, um, I mean, I still kind of do sometimes, but you know.
That's just gonna
But
be a
now that
lingering
I know,
trauma.
yeah. But now that I know what I know, I'm picking up the pieces. But the thing is, like, I should have figured it out at least like when I was 20 or earlier. You know, I'm 40 now. Like, so it's like I don't even really have the drive to try to redo my whole life. Like
Yeah,
with this shit, I'm not gonna go learn new stuff. Like, I don't even want to go to school. I'm sick of this shit.
I know. I thought about it. If you wanted to, if you could do it over, would you really want to? Shit is tiring and stressful.
Yeah. If I was like born a child again, knowing my knowledge,
That'd be wild.
yeah,
That would be
I would
out of
do it.
control.
That would be the like the ultimate cheat code, you
Wow,
know.
Alley
But
Cat. You see what Alley Cat says?
it's like I'm 60 and I'm restarting my life.
Wow,
Yeah,
I've heard that before. I mean, it's never too late.
it's never too
Actually,
late. Yeah,
60-year-olds actually be giving me inspiration because it almost seems like they find themselves again at 60. Like, I don't know.
yeah. There are definitely people out there at least who started their transition at 60.
Exactly. That's
Yeah,
very interesting to me, and they're happy,
yeah.
and it's never too late.
And I was over here stressing about starting it at 30.
I
You
know,
know,
right? I know.
you know.
You
So,
good. You're gonna be
yeah,
just fine.
yeah. I'll be fine. I'll be fine.
Yeah, yeah.
You know.
I worry about the laws. You know, we were talking about healthcare. I
Hmm.
feel like one day they could just do something and then we just can't get our hormones anymore. Like
Yeah,
I worry about
that's been
that.
like actually like that's been a high point of anxiety for me actually since last year. I mean, the best I could hope for me personally is that like I'm grandfathered in with the VA and they're not
Mm.
gonna just cut me off.
Oh,
That's the
that's
best.
true.
But either way, I can't.
Oh,
It's a wrap for fucking surgery for me. If I
yeah.
don't get any surgery this year, and this orange fucking Dorito gets elected, it's a
Oh
wrap.
Lord.
So I might have to go back to like it was in the '90s and go to Thailand or the Philippines or some shit
That's
and
exactly
get some
what I'm
black market shit.
thinking, right? I'm like, okay, what country are we going to if shit hits the fan?
Right.
We're going to Thailand. We're going to so where we
Well,
headed?
Thailand. I mean, they're not the best, but that's what trans people have been going to since
I just
since the
saw
20th century.
a Taiwanese trans woman and she is beautiful and she's older.
Yeah.
She's old. And I was like, "Oh my goodness, like aging so gracefully. Oh, I love it."
Yeah.
So I
No.
do want to like be there because I hear that there's kind of a trans culture community.
Yeah. Very huge.
Nice.
I mean, they make fun of it. Like other Asians make fun of it. Like, but
Do they really?
yeah,
Uh,
yeah, because they say like, "What's your impression of a Thai woman?" I'm lady boy.
no. Oh no.
I
That's
don't make
messed
fun of
up.
Asian people. I don't make fun of Asian people.
Of
So
course, yeah.
let me
But they
stop.
no, but that's what they be saying. It's like you're quoting.
Yeah, that's
When
what
you
they
gotta
say.
quote, you gotta get the sentiment across too. So yeah, I feel it. That is interesting. Um, I'm wondering about like trans male culture out there because actually I usually that's the
Yeah,
thing about trans men. I always hear about trans women, but I think because trans men can assimilate, they do it a lot more. When you don't have to reveal that you're trans, then you don't reveal it. So it seems
right.
like trans women are way more visible in our community, right?
Yeah,
I'm like I
but
don't.
that comes with its drawbacks
Oh, definitely,
as well.
definitely.
Because like when the reason why all this shit is happening for the most part is because of trans women. Like
Mhm.
because like I heard they beat up this trans man in Ohio because he was using the women's bathroom. But he was a trans man. It's like that's what you said, though. You said that you wanted us to use the correct bathroom.
So interesting. Let me look this up
Yeah.
because
But it just goes to show that it's really trying to target. And this is no attack towards trans men, but it's just like that's what they're when people think of the biggest think of trans people, they think only thinking of trans women.
Yup. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
That's so true.
and and trans men are getting caught in the crossfire. So it's just gonna be a trans men and trans women using the men's bathroom.
Yo, the
That's what
men's
they
bathroom
have.
is about to get real
Yeah,
like
it's gonna get even
long
smaller.
lines.
It's like, but it's like, wow, there's so many people here. It's like, can't we just let the trans women use the bathroom so I don't pee on myself?
Yo, that's out of control.
It's like, this
Yeah,
is what y'all wanted.
yeah, that's real. You know what? I felt like we should start like reporting trans news because why didn't I hear this? Like
Oh yeah, this was like a while ago too. This is like the last year, so I just
really.
happened to think about it. Yeah,
And even though
they
shit is
whooped his
old,
ass too. They whooped his ass, and he still got arrested for it.
I feel sick
Yeah,
now.
they did him dirty.
Oh
They did
hell
him real
yeah,
dirty.
hell yeah. That's why I feel like we should at least not, if it's not news, we should at least like report on these stories because a lot goes under the rug, and
Mhm.
that's a big problem. If we're going to be like pretty much disparaged as a community by every other community, then we need to
Mhm.
be able to keep our receipts, and we need to be able to like
Exactly.
defend ourselves, um, and
You
show
ever seen
people.
that movie?
Hmm.
Boys Don't Cry.
Oh my God, yo, I'm sorry.
You remember that movie?
I can't. I haven't seen it. I have not seen it. I know I'm a terrible trans man, but like
It's about a trans man.
it's just I've heard it described to me and it's so sad.
Yeah,
Like
it's
why
extremely sad.
why
It's
do I have to
extremely
see something so sad? I
it's
don't want to.
extremely sad.
That movie hurt my soul. See? I'm sorry, like I may not seem like it, but I can be really sensitive. So like
Yeah.
when I heard about that movie and the stuff that happened to it, I'm like, no, I can't, I can't do it.
Remember when we watched Requiem for a Dream? How depressing that
Ah,
movie was. It was
yeah.
so depressing. He and I had to watch South Park just to lift our spirits up
Yo,
afterwards because we had to get our mind off that shit.
that is so sad.
Oh my
I
god.
bet you boys don't cry. It's sadder though.
Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen it at least once, and yeah,
Like,
it is.
I feel like I have to watch it just to put in my time. Like,
I mean, if you really don't want, I'm not forcing you to watch it. It is a good movie,
no, I
but
keep hearing about it, and it's one of those movies. I've actually been on a movie binge on this American movie binge, right?
mm-hmm.
Because growing up, I didn't see all the movies that Americans keep talking about. All right, I have just watched The Shining. I watched Misery, Forrest Gump. I finally watched Forrest Gump. That was actually like the message
You
was.
never seen it?
Nope, never had seen it in my life. I didn't grow up watching. All right.
Oh wow.
Exactly.
Forrest Gump, that's a classic. That's a classic.
It was actually really good, even though the message kind of messed with me a little bit. Like, why is the girl who was abused and goes to like live and love and be free ends up like getting AIDS and being beat all the time? I don't know. It's just a terrible story for her. But then for Forrest, the
Yeah,
dude
he
who
got.
just follows rules and listens to what his elders tell him to do or whatever, his
Hmm.
life is just kind of great. I don't know. Is that
Yeah,
weird?
I actually never saw it that way. I just saw it for what it was. This
Exactly.
guy who was slow, who lived an amazing life,
I
despite being slow.
I loved it like that, but then I thought too deeply into it.
No, no, no. But that's exactly what it meant. It's like,
Yeah,
oh my god, he's
I'm
great.
like, yeah, I'm just like, okay, I'm sorry, I loved it so much. It's like a, what is that duality where I'm like, wow, this movie really, I love it. But then I'm like, what the hell, bro? How come this girl who was abused her whole life just had to, her life was awful,
She got the raw end of
a
the deal.
real raw end of the deal. And then the fact that, oh yeah, and the fact that Tom Hanks is playing somebody slow. Okay, let's not talk about that. But he did a great job, but
Yeah,
still,
he
it's
did a
not
really
great.
good job.
He did a really good job. um. Anyway, I digress. The point is, if I'm gonna watch all these other movies that really don't relate to me at all, I should watch Boys Don't Cry because I keep hearing about it.
Yeah.
But
And I mean, it was like I just happened to watch it with because I was like on a whole kick of just watching a bunch of movies about trans people,
whew.
and that was one of the movies on the radar. I also watched this movie about this one girl from California. Fuck, what was her name? But she was a Mexican trans girl who
Is it a
fuck
popular
yeah,
movie?
yeah, it's based on a true story.
Oh.
Her name was fuck. What was her name?
Can we
I
have a
forget.
trans movie with a nice ending? Like, what the hell?
Yeah, I know. I know. And another thing that made me mad is like they got a cis man to play. I mean, we didn't have a lot of trans actresses and actors back then, so
Wow.
yeah.
Is it?
Because the real woman that it was based on looked way better than the guy that played her.
Oh, wow. That's
You know,
pretty
like
messed up.
yeah. So it's like what the fuck,
The
But
Garden Left
her
Behind.
mother's still alive, so she okayed it. So I don't know.
Well, you know, mothers doesn't mean anything. Yeah, is it called The Garden Left Behind? The movie? Let me
Might be.
see.
I don't know.
Netflix.
We're some
Not
old ass people trying to figure
Neva
shit out.
Mao. Yo, for real. It's just like we're so
Hold
disconnected.
on. It's been a while. We got information overload.
hmm I do have another recommendation from Happy Dog actually gave it to me, and he said I should watch Paris is Burning.
Paris is burning. What's that about?
Oh, you haven't seen that? Good, good. Let me see. Paris is burning. Do do do. A chronicle of the New York's drag scene in the 1980s. All right, I guess
Oh,
today is gonna be queer movie day. For me at least.
I mean, yeah. I mean, that sounds really really good.
If you ever
But I
watch
have to say,
Pose, he said that it comes from like Pose. Like I'm sorry, Pose comes from that movie.
oh okay.
Yeah.
I did watch this other one based, but it was like based in Australia. I didn't really like it too much.
What?
Because I don't know. It was too commercially, I guess. I mean, the quality was good, but like too good.
Ah, it was too good.
I don't know if that makes sense. Like,
No, I know
you
what
know,
you
it's
mean. It kind of has to feel a little like comfortable, like
yeah,
not too
it
like
felt a little too
pristine.
artificial.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like, but Boys Don't Cry so far is the only movie I know of that's what it was called, Trans America. No, no,
Oh.
Trans America was actually good. I'm sorry, take that back.
Oh, well, let me look that up if it
Boy,
was good. I like that. Let's see.
yeah, it's about a trans woman who finds her son or whose son finds her, but they don't, she does, but the
Nice.
person doesn't know that's her son. I mean that's his dad. Oh,
Yo, yeah, yeah. Yeah, wow, that's cool. I see it.
yeah,
I might
it's it's
watch
it's
this
really good.
one. Yeah.
Yeah, you could actually, I think you could watch it for free on YouTube.
Bet. Oh, I see it.
But
Yep.
yeah, I think Boys Don't Cry is the only one that's about a trans man. So
Mm-mm-mm.
it's the only movie I've seen so far about a trans man.
I have
Almost all of
seen.
them is. Ugh.
You know what's weird? Wait, what? What?
Sorry, I saw no because I was looking at all these movies and one of them said TF. I don't want to say it on there. It's offensive, but
I thought
yeah,
trans female, but maybe. Oh.
yeah. I was just like, ugh. It's just like it had like a visceral, gave me a visceral reaction.
Yeah.
Like,
What the
how
hell?
offensive.
Dead ass. uh, but I noticed that trans men are more visible in the TV, like streaming media now, than trans women. Actually, trans women were more involved in being the butt of the joke, like on
Yeah,
comedies or movies, right? It seems like there was no like comfortable in between subtle spot for trans women. But now I see a lot of trans men just like on streaming television shows like on Netflix, just low key, you won't even really notice unless you pay attention.
I
But
see. Yeah.
yeah, they are getting some play.
Well, that's good. But
Hmm.
and I love that we're starting to see more people of color because like
Oh
since
yeah.
we didn't exist, like almost believe that there was no such thing as a gay black person back in the day.
Yo, you
Like seriously, so it's like, what the fuck is wrong with me?
you know what's the
Why
new
do I?
thing? The new there's no gay black person. I thought there were no Haitian trans people. I thought we were the
Yeah,
only two.
yeah. I thought we were the only two too. Yeah, but then we moved to Atlanta and I saw some. I was like, oh
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, I was like, oh snap, Haitian people are queer as fuck.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's just they try to shame it out of us, and it
Mhm.
works. And it works on a lot of us, sadly.
It does. The way that I see Haitian people becoming for Haitian queer people is scary. Is actually scary. I don't see any other culture doing it to that extent, right? Maybe it's because I'm not in
Not
their
even Jamaicans,
spaces.
because I would think
Okay,
maybe they were the
okay,
worst.
all right. You know what? Let me just reel back a little bit and be like,
They're
Haitians
pretty bad.
is maybe the top three. Haitians one of the top three, but I almost forgot about Jamaicans there. I feel terrible for my Jamaican queer brothers and sisters because,
Because I seen that Gully Queens documentary.
yeah, yeah, okay.
Yeah,
You know, somebody always has it worse, huh?
yeah,
That's
yeah.
wild.
The thing is, I don't know anything about. Like, I just thought, like Haitians, they just would just like they would just look at us and judge us and talk shit about us behind our back. But do they go as far as to be overtly violent like the Jamaicans
That's the
do?
difference that I'm seeing. I guess that's a very important difference. Haitians have big ass mouths and they always want to talk shit, but Jamaicans seem to want to make
Physically
action
do.
on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't want to stereotype, but
Look,
I'm just
I
from
think
what I've seen.
Jamaicans have been so homophobic that they think even saying hi, how are you doing, sir, is gay.
Oh yeah, yeah,
In
I know.
Jamaica though, not in America. In Jamaica though, because like I
Yeah.
saw a video and this dude he slapped the kid in the his face for saying,
Uh-uh.
"Hey, how you doing, sir?" Like I was just like, "What? Why did he just get hit in
They're
the face?"
so insecure about
Yeah,
their sexuality. Like I do notice Haitians are more secure about our sexuality. Like I see Haitian people acting more feminine, and I
yeah,
think the thing is everybody's supposed to just think of them as straight and cisgendered, no matter what they're doing. But I see the Haitians acting a little,
yeah,
you know.
yeah. I see it because
Hmm.
like, what you gonna do about it?
Exactly.
What you gonna do? I'm still taking your bitch,
Hmm.
giving her the
That's
voodoo
it.
dick.
That's it. That's why. That's why. Because no matter how we look or act, we still gonna take your bitch. Ah,
Oh
yep.
shit, we're getting reckless on this line.
We are. We are. I'm already thinking about how to switch it to a different platform because, because first I want your face to be bigger. So that's the number one, and then number two, I want us to not have to censor ourselves so much. Then we could take clips and then put it on TikTok or like do a special
Yeah,
TikTok live where we talk about stuff that's not, you know,
yeah.
controversial.
The chat was pretty quiet though. I don't like that. Are y'all
Hmm.
shy?
It is Monday. I mean, it's Memorial Day, I should say.
Yeah,
There should
yeah. They
be
probably.
like,
I just had a barbecue. They were just having a barbecue outside my villa. So
I should
yeah,
go out
I
and
just.
look for a barbecue, see if I can sneak in.
I mean, if there's a park,
That's
oh
true,
shit,
actually.
or if you could find an Indian reservation, I bet they'd let you in. I swear
Yes,
to
they
God,
would.
they
Yes,
probably
they
let you in.
would. I want to go see the Indian reservations before I leave here because that's the only thing that has been redeeming about this place are the Native Americans. And they do actually call each other Indians, but then I
They,
asked one, they do, but I asked
uh-huh.
one because, he's kind of talking about like culture and this and that. I guess he represents a group. And I said, okay, so I noticed that Native Americans call each other Indians, but I don't know, what am I supposed to say? And he said, keep using Native American. I was like, okay, word, bad. He was like, it just
Yeah,
comes
at
from
least
like,
because at least we're nice enough to ask. You know,
exactly,
because
exactly.
we don't want to we don't want to disrespect their culture. Whereas other people will just blatantly, you know,
Yeah,
I'm not gonna
other people, they
blatantly.
all they all call them Indians. That's why I was like, oh snap, should I be calling them Native Americans? I mean, or Indians? And then when I asked, the dude said Native American because Indians is their word, right?
There you go.
There
Yeah,
you
that makes sense.
go.
Makes sense.
And I'm like,
Yeah,
bet. I was like, "I nigga." No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, I mean,
But yeah,
I mean, I don't know. Like,
it
I mean,
it's
I
their
would call
word.
them that as a term of endearment. I would call them that. I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
I would say, hey, what's up, my nigga?
Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, 100%. There are some people that are uncomfortable with a black person calling them that, and I'm like, it's gonna happen because
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe that word was just put into our heads, just kind of like hammered in there
Yeah.
by not by us, but it's gonna happen.
I mean, I've like I've never I don't call them Indians. I call them Native American or Indigenous Americans. You know, like
Yeah, I
or the
never called
real
them anything
Americans
before coming
or the
here.
real actual Americans,
The OG Americans.
the original Americans,
Mhm.
because that's what Native Americans are to me. The actual
Exactly.
Americans.
So then, what are African Americans? Help me settle a bet. Because here's my
Africans who are
problem.
forced to come here and work.
Yeah, right? But then you get a Chinese American, and it's somebody who just came from China and then went and became American. That's a Chinese American, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So
And
then,
you and me are Haitian Americans.
hold on. I'm my brain. I don't get African Americans. Who comes from Africa and then moves to America? Let's just say this was the case, and then they call them African American. No, they'd call them like Kenyan American. They'd call them like, maybe South African American. They'd be
And
the
there's the
country.
problem. There lies the problem. Yeah.
But then,
Somebody tried to simplify the identity to the point where, like, I don't know. I guess they got tired of fighting it. So.
because it's a continent. I'm sorry, my head is.
I know.
Oh
I
look,
know.
yes, we prefer indigenous or First Nations. Ah, thank you so much.
Okay. Well, I'm
Indigenous.
glad you said
Yes,
something.
thank you.
Okay. Yeah.
That's the word. That's the correct. There we go. First Nations. Beautiful. Native. Oh, native too. Native. Yes, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm
Native,
Danae. Hi, Danae.
or actual Americans, the
Thank
real Americans.
you. Thank you both. Native. Yes. Okay, word. Native and indigenous. Bet
Yeah.
now.
Because
I
like.
it's weird that this whole place I live in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Hmm.
It's weird that like I couldn't really just get that from living here for the past 1.5 years.
Yeah. Like
Like,
I'll tell you, like I never met an indigenous person until I moved to Oklahoma, and
mm,
it I hate to say that because it's like like
yeah, it's pretty wild.
I would like to be to meet actual Americans of this
I
who know this
know.
land
What
better
the
than these
hell?
people.
They were the
It's like
first people here, and we
oh
never see them.
yeah, because I'm pretty sure they hold
Mm.
like so much more they know more about this land than any
Oh yeah.
person could.
Oh yeah. Let's see. Salsa says, hold on. I'm wondering, is that Danae? Because I know somebody told me their name. Somebody said, oh no, that's Tips. Okay, so Salsa says a lot of the elders don't mind the term Indian, but it all depends on the person. I say indigenous to keep it safe and respectful. Yeah, that's what it comes down to. Now, like keeping it safe and respectful for everybody.
Hmm.
And that's what I wonder about African Americans, because we're not African Americans. People are gonna call us African Americans,
Yeah,
but we're Haitian Americans. When it comes
yeah,
to black people in America, I just call them black.
yeah.
Black
Because I mean,
people.
because we don't. I mean, as even though we look predominantly African,
Mhm.
we got the dark skin and the kinky
Mhm.
and whatnot. We have like as Haitians, we have Taino in us. We have some European in us.
That's
You
the
know.
thing. I could never
Yeah.
fit in. I could never fit in with the black people because they could see and say like, "Who are you?" Like, I don't
Yeah,
know.
exactly. But but for the majority of it, we're basically black. I mean, like, I'm never gonna like say I'm not black, but
Exactly.
like there's
100%.
some, there's a little Taino swimming up in there. There's a little
100%.
European. I don't know what European
Arawak.
exactly.
Yeah, I
I
know,
don't know
right?
what European exactly,
Listen,
but there's
you
some
you
European in
you
there.
know this is the French. You know it's probably that's a lot of it. It's the French.
Yeah, it probably is. Oh
Those
man, but you don't
bastards.
smell that bad.
I know, right?
I'm
Laws.
just
I
kidding.
mean, the
That was
French.
racist. I shouldn't say that.
Are you kidding me? The French could take it. The French, the French could take it. After all they did, yeah, no, they couldn't. I feel like non-POC are scared to say the word black. Yes, and they say African American, even though it's not
Mm.
correct. That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
What there have been times where a white person wants to describe somebody to me, and they'll avoid black.
Black.
They'll avoid black. Sometimes they'll say African American.
Mm.
Huh? Tip says, I laugh my ass off. They do have a scent to them. Ha ha.
I shouldn't have said
Okay.
that. That was
No, no, no.
racist. I'm sorry.
Honestly, I like to say that stereotypes come from somewhere. They don't explain everything, and it will make it make sense, but they do come from somewhere. I know that the bath, they call it like the let me not call it that. The WHORE bath, or when you take a shower
Oh
in the
yeah.
sink
Yep. 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 I
in
get it.
Creole, we call it toilet duva. That comes from the French
Ah.
people, right? Toilet duva, yes.
Yep. Yep.
So that is a French culture thing where they only
Mm.
wash
The
certain
sink.
parts
The
that you have to,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
So they would do that a lot where like they wouldn't take full showers and yeah, they kind of smelled. So stereotypes come from somewhere, y'all, but
Mm.
they don't explain everything behind it.
Yeah. But like
Um,
I was on this I was on this site. This is completely unrelated, but I was on
yeah.
this site and it was I saw this like really beautiful girl, and she was from Flint, Michigan, and I was like, oh damn, you know she's thirsty. I was like, that was mean. I should have never said that.
You know she's parched. I'm sorry.
Like it just I say offensive shit in front of the chick and it
I
just came
know.
right out of me, and
I,
it's just like,
th-
oh shit,
I
I shouldn't
actually
have said
think
that.
that's part of being like autistic. Oh, thank you for the
Yeah.
follow, Tibbs. Oh God,
Oh, she
but
got me from the
yeah, but we have to laugh at our pain, or else we cannot
Yeah,
survive. All right,
exactly.
people out there haven't had fresh water since God knows when. Like I thought it was over and done with, but they still got problems.
Oh my god.
They are parched.
Like you gotta like that's like I couldn't be in charge of a country and have the things happening to that. It's like because that makes me look bad. Maybe because I'm a perfectionist, but that shit would make me look bad. It's like, oh, not on my watch. You're not gonna be thirsty
Yo,
on my
for
watch. I'm.
real.
It's
People
just
just need water. Water.
it's like,
I'm sorry.
oh man, I'm a sorry ass leader. Like I would be beating myself up.
Yeah,
Who
I'd
knows?
feel like
Maybe
trash.
yeah. Like I couldn't. Like no, I couldn't do it. I
Here,
couldn't do it.
people don't have clean water.
There's no like I'm not getting the excuse. Like why is this not happening? Like
Yeah.
why is like
Did you hear about the bunch of water that they found in those abandoned buildings out there in
mm,
Flint? Ah.
hey Kristen.
Yes. Hey, Kristen. Ooh, thank you for the follow, Salsa. So, in Flint, they found a bunch of water bottles with fresh water literally being hoarded in like an abandoned building. I'm finna send this to you.
Yeah, like that.
Out of control, right?
I'm assuming Flint is a predominantly
Black.
black and brown area.
Mm-hmm. You know it. I'm like, how did this even happen? Like, what is this world? What is this world that we're living in? All right, I
Yeah,
sent you the video. You're gonna be absolutely, I'm sorry. It's just so gross. I don't
and
know
this
what to
topic
do.
made me thirsty.
Hold on, hold on, hold on. uh, yeah. Let me see.
Y'all
All
want
right,
to know
yeah.
something more effed up? Oh, what's that, Salsa?
Oh no. What? What's more effed up than people not having fresh water? Oh Lord. Let's get ready for it. Mm. Mm. That is
Greed,
good.
colonization, all that negativity. Yeah,
Woo!
tell me about it.
Greed is the absolute worst. I mean, colonization. I mean, I feel like was brought about by greed, right? wanting something these other nations had, wanting more, more, more. And that's because, like, and nowadays, greed will have one person having billions of dollars, just unnecessarily rich, even millions
Mm-hmm.
unnecessarily rich, while somebody's out here struggling without water or shelter or place, I mean, or anything to eat.
Mm-hmm.
And like the
And these people,
disparity between the two, like what in the world?
these people have the
Mm.
nerve to call themselves Christian. You better hope there
Huh.
isn't a hell. You
Heh.
better hope God doesn't exist,
Yo,
cause like, cause where you're going is not heaven. Shit. Like,
for
I'm not
real.
Christian. I'm just saying, but it's just like
Exactly.
these
They.
people espouse to be so Christian and so religious. It's just like,
Mm-hmm.
okay.
Mm. Well, thank you for the follow, Kristen. In Canada, they are more effed up towards POC as well. Oh, I don't want to hear that. All these Haitian people were saying go to Canada, like to buy
Yeah, I
Daniel
don't think.
to the
Yeah,
immigrants.
yeah. Like, I don't think. I mean, Canada's any better. Thank you, Kristen.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I mean, Canada has its issues, but I I had this like yeah, I had this joke that nah, I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna
What?
say
Is
it.
it too
Nah, cause
raunchy?
it's not too raunchy. It's just too offensive to women. Like, I don't
Oh,
understand.
all right. Well, what was the purpose of the joke?
Because like, okay, like, I was gonna
Don't
ask
go to
this
Canada.
Canadian person, is it true that people like that the Canadian government treats men the way the American government treats women?
Ah, gasp. That's
But
so
it
interesting.
wouldn't it would be, expressing what America does to women in our country,
Mm-hmm.
but also offend Canadian women. So it's like I wouldn't
Yeah,
want to, like, you know.
I see. But it could be true. I don't know. I mean, we're only here to ask questions, and I want it to be like a judgment-free zone,
Mm.
like Planet Fitness, because
I could get a little reckless with mouth.
because you're older, and that's true to you though. You're Generation X. You know, you're
Um,
millennial. But you're closer to maybe.
I'm like right at the cutoff,
Yeah.
millennial.
Yeah, there we go. So I want to hear what somebody who is being their self, being themselves, and saying what comes to their mind. Because, like,
Mm.
yeah, we need to address this stuff. Yeah, I be saying some real bigoted stuff too. That
Yeah.
comes from being raised by a bigot. I remember one time. Did I tell you about the time my mother drove us past High Park High, and then I was a kid. Maybe I was like 11 or 12, and I laughed because they were having their like prom or something, but the way they were dressed was out of control. Like this was back then when they had the sagging pants. I was like really sagging,
Oh
and they
yeah.
all had the do rag. So they were dressing up for prom, but they looked hood AF, right? So I laughed. I'm a kid. I laughed, and my mom said, "Don't laugh at them." And then I said, "Yeah," and she said, "This is the highlight of their life. This is the most like this is the best their life is ever gonna get." And
That's kind of fucked
I
up.
was like, damn, they're kids, mom. What the hell? I was just laughing at their clothes. You laughed at their whole lives, bro. What the hell?
No,
So,
see, okay, like, she's like, have you ever seen Everybody Hates Chris?
oh no, but I love that guy. I watch him on Abbott
Yeah,
Elementary now.
he like he's your mother, even my mom. They're what in the '80s we used to call a ghetto snob.
Mhm.
That's what our parents were.
Mhm.
We were kind of poor, but we still acted like we were upper class
Dead ass.
type
What is
shit.
that
Yeah,
about?
like, it was just like you would break the bank just to buy something expensive because you were more obsessed with status than actually
Mhm.
having money.
It's a damn shame, you know. What's funny is that when I first had friends over my house, I think I was like 13, 14, maybe like 14, 15. I could have even been 16 actually. I don't know. It took a long time for me to actually get to have friends over my house. You too,
Oh,
Salsa. You have a great day
yeah.
too. I mean, it's fine. But when I
My mom
finally
did let
did,
us have, yeah,
n-
friends
n-
over our house.
nope, I could never have friends over the house because my mother was embarrassed of one. I don't know if you knew, but she was a hoarder. It was Vanessa who basically had to get that in order. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Um, But then obviously Vanessa was then a fucking terror to me and keeping everything clean or whatever. But by the time in our lives that we seem to have gotten things together, I invited people over for my birthday, and they thought that I was rich because there was somebody mowing the lawn, and because what they just put in some a new front door or something. And I'm like, huh, how am I rich? Because like my whole life I grew up in this fucking piece of shit place that was hoarded
Yeah.
most of the time, and
It
I
was
didn't
just
eat.
clean for that day.
Exactly, bro. Perspective is out of control.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, it really was.
but it was
You think
all
of
about what
appearances.
people. Yes, there we go.
You think of appearances. That's shit.
It's a shame. Did I ever tell you about when I went to visit and it was oh oh maybe I'll find you a video actually. You'll be shocked. You'll be
Yeah, like
shocked.
I mean, oh, yeah, because I got so much bad memories of that house. It's
Mhm.
like you mean to tell me it looks worse than
Oh
that?
yeah, you're gonna get PTSD if I send you these videos. I don't know. You're gonna have to prepare yourself. But basically, just that appearances crap. They're like
Mm,
things will fester underneath the surface, so they're never really getting anything fixed, addressed, taken care of. They're just covering stuff up, So it's us, it's me and you who manage to grow and heal and address trauma because we're not sitting here trying to cover it up with pretty pictures and
yeah,
whatever.
yeah. It's like they spent more energy trying to cover it up than to actually try and fix it,
Mhm.
and now it got worse.
I feel
It
like a
became a
lot of
monster
trans people
that they can't contain.
now they
It's
want
like
to sell the
that.
house and then kind of start again, start fresh, right? Erase those
It's
bad memories.
yeah,
But
really.
I feel like
Damn,
a
y'all
lot
lived
of
in that house a long time too. Like,
longer than anybody else in the family live in any house.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, I know.
that
The
like
terrible house, a terrible house, and we stayed there forever.
we're talking like maybe 3, 4 decades now.
Definitely
That's
three.
that's damn. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
So I
I
hate that
can't I
house.
can't
Yes, it's
even.
haunted. I'm sorry. Yes, it's haunted. You know why it's haunted? You know why it's haunted? I'm dead ass right now. Do you remember that? Do you remember Marjorie? Not our cousin,
Yeah.
but the
Oh.
Nenen. And
Yeah, she
do you
died
remember
there,
her?
didn't she?
No. Okay. So if she died there, oh my god, I don't know. But
Oh, okay.
she hoarded the basement with her stuff, and then she died. Her stuff was down there for years. For years. Like when I say years, I mean a decade. I cleaned out a lot of it so that I can go live in because we were just wasting space, bro. So I cleaned out a lot of it so I could live in the basement, but the rest of the stuff was in a back room filled to the top to the ceiling.
There was like probably a lot of bugs and shit in there.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I had to seal off that back door, like just completely separated from the rest of the house. And then she died, and her stuff is still there. And when I go down there, when I have things, some things have happened, like some just falls. It's
Why didn't they just get rid of it? Give it to Goodwill. Like,
because they're lazy. They are
god damn.
lazy. It did
That's
take
some
a
Super
lot of.
Saiyan laziness right there.
Oh yeah. It took a lot of work for me to get out the boxes. I had some friends when we didn't even do the whole thing, but we did so much, and we put the boxes out on the lawn. And then we just said, "Come get him. Anybody, come get him." And then this lady from DR, she came by. She got all these clothes to go send to DR. You know, this Haitian lady came by. She wanted to take a bunch of clothes to put in a doom and go send it to send it to Haiti. Yeah. So they did the cleaning for us, but for a while there was a bunch of clothes on the front yard, and everybody in the house was just talking shit to me. And I'm like, I'm the only person who will do this. But of course, the whole time they're gonna be talking shit.
What kind of shit? What? Tell me what they said. Please tell me what they said so I can be mad.
Oh, why you have the front yard looking like this? Oh, we look like
Keeping up
trash
appearances, just like
trash
everyone
house.
else.
What are you doing? Blah 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 blah. Then Nenen wants to go to me and say, Oh, X, why'd you throw Marjorie's stuff away, huh? Why'd you do that? And I'm like, Nenen. I said, Nenen, the stuff was in here for a decade. It had black mold on it. Like, y'all are getting sick just from being in the house. And she goes, oh, that's not nice. You're not supposed to do those things. Like, and it's because her family was talking trash. Now I don't know why all of a sudden they were
Why
looking.
did your
Maybe,
family come get the shit then?
may, I said that to them. I said y'all had 10 years. They came to the side door and looking for the stuff. I laughed, which is why Nana got mad at me. She said, "Oh, they said you laughed in their face." I said, "Yes."
Oh,
You,
a quick translation for y'all. Nenen means aunt in Haitian Creole. Just
yeah, yeah,
so
or
everybody know.
they could take it as a name. All right, no. But yeah, yeah, Nana. Does it mean aunt? Because I feel like it means godmother. We don't even know what it means, do
We
we?
don't even know. Like I know I call your
Hi,
mom
Deja,
Nenen
Deja.
Nenen. I know I call your mom Nenen Yola, and but everybody calls my mom Mata
Matat,
Uche.
yes,
Like
because matant literally means my aunt, which is
yeah.
why I'm like, Nenen doesn't make sense. Why are we calling, why is everybody calling Nenen Nenen? She's only my Nenen. The only Nenen that she is, she's my Nenen, okay? She's my godmother. I don't know who the hell else's godmother she is. but, but that's why we love her so
It
much.
just goes together. I don't
It
know. It's
does.
like Nenen Yola.
Nenen Yola.
But
Oh.
Mata Jibet, Mata Mishu, Mata Yannick.
Mhm. Mhm.
So,
Hi, Deja. I miss you. We're here talking about our terrible life experience with our terrible family.
it started with trans healthcare.
It
I
did,
don't know,
but
it kind of just
no,
grew.
I like the let's keep on going. I like where we're headed with this.
Okay.
Because I feel like a lot of people in the community do have trauma like this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Mm.
I think it's a particular kind of trauma that trans people, maybe this isn't a favorable opinion, but I think that being trans not only has to do with, of course, maybe, some biology, but it's trauma and it's socialization. Um, but I'm seeing that a lot of us have similar trauma. What does your face tap mean, if you don't mind? This is X, cause I'm X. This was a real. Thank you for asking. This was like a real step for me in kind of not only like solidifying my identity from transitioning, but also in showing that I'm not afraid to have a tattoo on my face, right? Like I got into a period in my
Thank you,
career.
Tibbs.
Oh yeah, I got into a period in
Thank
my
you, Mister.
career where I'm just like, screw it. I am no matter what I look like, still come with talent. I still come with professional qualities. So if somebody's gonna judge me for how I look, then let me make it easier for you. You feel me?
Mm.
I don't know. That might have been not the smartest thing in my mind, but in a way, I wanted it to stop me from associating with those people that will judge you for how you look. You feel me?
Mm.
I wanted it to ward off those people that are gonna judge me for how I look. And I think it worked in a certain way. Let me see.
I'm still trying to get my legs tattooed. I'm trying to get my Bailey Sarian on.
Yo, what
My
on?
my oh, it's a YouTuber. Her name's Bailey Sarian. She does true crime
Bailey
documentaries
Sarian.
and shit.
Bailey
Yeah,
Sarian. I gotta look it
she's so pretty. She does her makeup real good.
up. Ooh.
She's tatted from head to toe, except everywhere but her face, I think.
Ah.
And I'm trying to get my legs done because I'm trying to look,
Mm-hmm.
it's-
Well, I remember the tats you had. You were already on your way. You have some
yeah.
pretty dope ass tats. I got a cool one too. I don't think I showed you yet. It's on my leg, so it's gonna be kind of hard to show on the live without sticking my leg up in the air.
I kind of want to do my face. Nothing major, just something small like yours, maybe even smaller.
Exactly. Yeah.
Something that I could cover up with
Oh my
foundation.
god, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tats are so pricey. Hell yes, Tibbs. Let me just tell you, I got my tattoos in South Africa. They were cheap
I got
AF.
yeah, I got my first tattoo in Germany, and
Ooh.
I got like two of them in my hometown in Fort Lauderdale, and then the rest I got in LA in
Oh,
galleries.
LA. LA was a good place to get them, but they were kind of expensive there.
Yeah, but the thing is, I was making mad money out there though. I like
Oh,
I was spending my Uber Eats money on that shit
yeah. Oh,
because
lol.
I was still working and I had Uber Eats on the side, so I would do Uber Eats on the side to pay for my tattoos basically.
Nice. I miss LA sometimes. Oh, Krusty Moose Knuckle, lols, says, what does X-Man stand for? Well, it stands for, well, X stands for Xavier. When I changed my name to Xavier, I would go to work, and I worked as a technical administrator, and I was always fixing problems. So then they would call me Professor Xavier. And I'm like, Professor Xavier. And then, I don't know,
It's
one of
actually
these
pretty
days,
dope.
it was pretty cool, actually. I was like, word, word. I could mess with that. And then all of a sudden, I was like, I'm like an X-Man, especially because of the fact that the X-Men are mutants, right? And
Right.
they all have like the superpower. They don't stand well in society. Like it's just a whole um there's a word for it. I would call it allegory, but I think allegory has to do with animals. So, you know what I'm saying? It's basically representing a different story of being an outsider. So I'm just like, yeah, I'm an X-Man. And I'm like, oh yeah, and I'm on T. I'm on
Mm.
testosterone. So, thank you for asking.
Oh. Oh, you thought it was for about detransitioning?
Oh, thank you for the follow. But yeah, let's see. It's getting a bunch of detransitioners. Ooh. I mean, I don't have anything against detransitioners, but like, I just don't like the way that it's already hard enough to be validated as trans to not have a bunch of
Yeah.
people saying like, "Oh, I did it and I'm going back now." Like, it took us years to decide to do this. Like,
Yeah. And you know what? I never told you this, but because you transitioned before I did. You
mm,
low key were kind of like what gave me the confidence to actually decide to finally do it. It was
that's what's
always
up.
there,
That's
but
what's
it was
up.
something I dealt with alone. I didn't think I could share it with anybody in the family. Then to see you do it, I was just like, it didn't make me say, "Oh, I'm gonna be trans," but it's kind of sparked the thought. It was like, "Oh man, maybe I should do it." But then it's like, "Oh, it's too late," like because
Yeah.
you did it in your 20s. I was already like what 32
Yeah.
at the time when I
It was
when I turned
easier.
20.
I do have to admit, it was easier for me to do a lot of things in the family. I don't know if you remember, but I was treated like I was the favorite. Like everybody called me
Yeah.
the genius. This is the little genius in the family. I couldn't be introduced. And yeah, I guess that's nice, but it's just as nice as everybody referring to an Asian as smart, right? And it's
Right.
like, well, I would like you to get to know me and not just assume that I am because of what everybody else is saying about me.
Yeah.
Um,
Exactly.
but yeah, I felt like rebelling against that in a sense. Like I didn't intentionally want to rebel against it, but I'm like, I need my own identity. I'm gonna do whatever I want to and screw these people. And if they actually love me, then they'll still be there. So,
Mhm.
and I think you obviously helped me too with music. I didn't realize that until later,
Mm.
right? Music, I didn't realize, but it's a great way to learn yourself, to express your
Mhm.
emotions, to everything. You feel me?
Yeah, because Lord knows we couldn't afford therapy back then.
Exactly. Music was our therapy. Thank you for the follow, Krusty Moose Knuckle. I like your name.
That is so creative.
Oh, I like this format. It's like a podcast. Yo, that's what we're aiming for. We want it to be better. I want you to see Vicky's face bigger.
Can y'all not see my face?
It's just a small box. Like, we need to put this on
Yeah, I
something
know.
else and then maybe stream it to TikTok or something. Let me see. Let me see if I miss anything from the.
Krusty Moose Loco. We're related. He's my cousin.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I want to see what Tip says. Shimayatsi is on. Shimayatsi? Shimayatsi is on in Dene. Little Mama. Little Mama. That's so cute. Shimayatsi. Am I saying it right?
Tiny
That's
box,
nice.
but I can still see your beautiful. Oh, thank you, Tim. Stop it. You're gonna make me
Ah,
blush.
yes. Alright, let's see. Yeah, no, I love this. This is nice. It's like a vibe, which is kind of why I
Yeah,
want to
for
make
real.
it.
For
I want to
real.
make it better if y'all people are gonna be joining and chatting with us and whatever. Maybe it should be
Mhm.
on YouTube first. There
Yeah,
is
I
a
mean,
chat thing on
YouTube is
YouTube.
yeah, YouTube has got to be the goal. It's
Yeah.
definitely gonna be got to be the goal.
Okay. Okay, bet. So you know what? Let's take a little break. You said it close. If I showed you, you would get it. All right. Well, one day. That's So the language is Dene. I need to look this up because I've never heard of that language before. I've heard of a few native languages here
Hmm.
that if somebody said it, I would recall it. But it's just you don't interact. It's so weird. You don't interact with natives like at all where I am,
I
you
feel. I mean,
know?
I feel like it's a huge loss too because I remember I saw this one video of some native people playing this song, and I just felt my soul moving. I was just like,
Mm.
wow, this is doing something to me, and I
Mhm.
like it. I don't want it to stop.
Yeah, that's so true. Music and dance seems to like
Hmm.
first of all, it seems like native cultures can
Hmm.
really only get music and dance across as it spiritually is supposed to be.
Hmm.
If I'm making sense, like only when native cultures are singing and dancing do I feel something like visceral.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. Like it's it's like they're touching me with sound somehow. It's
Yeah.
not just like like Western music, this boring ass noise that
I'm so over Western
that is
music.
coordinated.
Yeah, I can't do it anymore. Like it's so empty.
Yeah, there's no emotion in it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Krusty Moose Knuckle. I'm gonna keep saying that name. You could probably stream from another website and put it live, maybe using OBS. Okay, so I am using OBS, but then I'm doubling it to TikTok. So I wonder, like, so this is actually going to YouTube. Um, but I think we need Vicky on there. All right, so Vicky, you would have to be on YouTube too,
I
and
do
then
have a YouTube.
we stream from there, and then put it on the TikTok.
You didn't know I had a YouTube since 2008. Like
You have a like a
I've been
trans YouTube? Well,
well, I mean, I don't really have much on there. I posted a couple of videos.
how do I look for it? Is it IMV?
No, it's Victoria Graves 954 or Tori Graves 954. I could just shoot you
Yeah, bet.
on TikTok. Hold up.
Oh, I already found it. All
Oh,
right, bet,
cool.
bet, bet. Yes,
Yeah,
okay.
you see my
So,
videos, please.
yes,
Make sure it's the right one, cause
I see
I
your
have like
little
two.
face here.
Okay. Okay.
So
Got
the next time we do this, we're gonna do it on YouTube. All right. Oh, thank you, Krusty
you.
Moose
All right.
Knuckle.
All right.
I think. Let me see. Yeah. This
Hmm.
was nice. Let's do it again maybe later tonight if you're around.
I'm gonna
Before
be here.
9.
I'm
Okay.
gonna be here. Yeah.
Cool. I've been trying to upload this podcast. I mean, this podcast, the
This
podcast to Spotify, and it's not working. So
uh
I'll figure that out. You guys usually stream at this time, yeah? Every time we stream, it's 12 Central Daylight Time and 1 Eastern.
yeah.
So,
You're
and then
Central. I'm Eastern. So
and then whenever like sometimes we just pop up,
yeah.
I should say randomly, if we feel
Yeah.
like streaming.
It's we're still playing it by ear for right now because
Mhm.
we both have different schedules. Like I'm about to start a new job soon, so it's subject to change. So let's
But
keep
we
it
gonna be here.
Yeah, we're gonna be here. We're gonna be here. We're gonna figure it out.
Mhm. Thank you, Krusty Moose. All right, all right. We gonna be
Yeah,
back.
I'm really loving this.
Yeah.
We're getting somewhere
No,
with
it's
this thing.
definitely a dope ass idea.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna see you soon. See you in a
Yep.
few
Yep.
hours.
I'm gonna be here. I'm not going nowhere.
All right,
Yeah.
I'll hit you up. See y'all. Thank you for joining.
Yeah. Thank you for joining.
See you soon.
Love y'all. See ya.
Peace.
Mwah.
Well, I always forget about YouTube. All right, YouTube. Bye, YouTube.